"You're a good man, Adam, but I need more." That's what Laura said when she slid the divorce papers across the kitchen table. 13 years of marriage dissolved in a single breath. I should have been angry. I should have demanded an explanation. But I didn't. I just nodded. I wasn't stupid. I had noticed the late nights, the way she guarded her phone like a secret vault, the sudden distance between us. I had suspected something for months, but hearing it aloud, that was different. Still, I played the part of the understanding husband. I didn't beg. I didn't ask for details. I signed the papers that same night, handed them back, and watched as relief washed over her face. That was my first confirmation. She had been waiting for this moment. A few days later, I found out why. It was our son Ryan who unknowingly revealed it. "Dad, I saw Mom and Luigi's today," he said one evening, slurping up his spaghetti. "She was with Uncle David." I froze mid-bite. "David?" "My best friend." I forced a smile. "Oh yeah. What were they doing?" Ryan shrugged. "Talking and laughing." She looked happy. I chewed slowly, swallowing both my food and the realization settling in my gut. So that was it. David? The man who had been my closest friend since college. The man I had trusted with everything. I felt like an idiot. But I didn't react. Not yet. Instead, I started watching. Laura's mood had changed dramatically. She was lighter, almost giddy, as if a weight had lifted from her shoulders. She barely acknowledged me anymore. And David? He avoided me. Calls went unanswered. Plans were suddenly cancelled. I didn't need a confession. Their guilt was all the proof I needed. I could have confronted them. I could have screamed, accused, thrown fists. But I didn't. Instead, I hired a private investigator. If they were willing to burn everything we built, I wanted to know just how deep the betrayal went. The private investigator didn't just confirm the affair, he unearthed something far worse. Ryan wasn't mine. The DNA test results sat in my hands, a single sheet of paper that shattered my entire reality. Not a 50% match. Not even close. David was Ryan's father. 13 years. 13 years of bedtime stories, soccer games, scraped knees and birthday surprises, only to find out I was never his father to begin with. It wasn't just betrayal. It was theft. They had stolen my marriage, my friendship, and now even my son. I sat with that knowledge for a full day. Let it settle. Let it twist my insides into something cold and sharp. Then I made a plan. Laura thought she was finally free. She thought she had one. So when I walked into Luigi's that evening and spotted them at our usual corner booth, laughing over wine, I didn't storm in. I didn't make a scene. I smiled. Their laughter died the second they saw me. "Adam," Laura said, blinking. "What are you doing here?" I ignored her and set an envelope on the table. "I just wanted to say congratulations on your freedom." David shifted uncomfortably. "Look, man, I raised a hand. No need for explanations. Just read it." Laura hesitated before picking up the envelope. She slid out the document, scanning the words. Then her smirk vanished. Her hands started to shake. David leaned over to read, his face draining of color. This isn't." I leaned in, keeping my voice low. "Ryan isn't mine." Laura's eyes shot up, panic setting in. "Adam, please let me explain." "Explain what?" My voice was steady. "That you lied to me for over a decade. That you'll let me believe I was his father with my best friend." Tears welled in her eyes. I never meant. You never meant to get caught. I exhaled, shaking my head. But you did. David opened his mouth, but I cut him off. Don't. You were my best friend, and you let me raise your kid without a second thought. So tell me, David, how does it feel knowing that while you were sneaking around behind my back, I was the one he called Dad every night? He had no answer. Laura was openly crying now, her carefully constructed fantasy crumbling around her. I stood up, adjusting my jacket. Don't worry. I'm not going to fight for custody. Ryan deserves to be raised by at least one of his real parents. A sharp gasp. It was cruel. But so was what they did to me. I turned, walking away as their world fell apart behind me. The divorce finalized within weeks. Laura tried reaching out. Apologies, explanations. Desperate attempts to justify the unjustifiable. I never responded. As for Ryan, he was innocent in all this. That was the hardest part. I loved him like a son, because for 13 years he was my son. But I couldn't unlearn the truth. I left town a few months later. A fresh start. A new life. Some nights I still hear his voice. Dad, can you tuck me in? And it cuts deeper than anything. But I remind myself of one thing. Lies can build a beautiful life, but truth destroys it, and sometimes that's justice.